For his comeback on the Paris-Nice, Alberto Contador really tried everything. The Madrid-born rider wore out Geraint Thomas with his many attacks in the Col d'Ez, the last ascent of this race to the sun. But the Welshman never gave up and saved his yellow jersey in the downhill with the help of his teammate Sergio Henao and a circumstantial ally, Tony Galopin. With a mere 4-second advantage, Geraint Thomas offered Sky their fourth success in 5 years on the Paris-Nice. After 1,100 kilometers of effort, the Paris-Nice was coming to its conclusion this Sunday. The final online stage was 141 kilometers long with many difficulties in which Alberto Contador hoped to upset the plans of Team Sky for the yellow jersey wearer Geraint Thomas. The Col d'Ez after the Côte de Pays, 2 Category 1 climbs to conclude the day were meant to make some damage. In 2007, Contador had overthrown yellow jersey Davide Rebellin. Could history repeat itself? Many riders were hoping to shine in this race to the sun. As a consequence, the day's breakaway formed itself after 10 kilometers with around 20 men: Francis Sylvain Chavanel and Cyril Gauthier, Yuri Trofimov, Chris Sorensen, Jesus Herrada, Thomas de Ghent again in a breakaway, and Antoine Duchesne, who needed to secure the polka dot jersey. First major event after 53 kilometers, El Pistolero fired off as he was expected to. He accelerated to join his 2 teammates who were in the breakaway. Mission completed 10 kilometers later. Contador then had a 1-minute advantage over the main field. Mikel Nieve worked hard to bring his leader closer to the Spanish veteran. His effort paid off, and in the descent to Nice, the Sky riders were extremely fast and Contador lost ground. The pack bridged 24 kilometers to the finish line at the foot of the Col d'Ez ascent, the final difficulty of this Paris-Nice. The ascent proved to be eventful. Contador multiplied the attacks, Romain Bardet broke off once too, Geraint Thomas stayed cold-blooded. 2.5 kilometers from the summit finish, Maika launched Contador. This time, unlike Saturday, the Welshman couldn't respond. Richie Porte on his part managed to follow, and the two closed in on the only survivor from the breakaway, Team WELLENS. At the top of the climb, Contador had taken his gap over Thomas to 30 seconds. The yellow jersey was virtually his to take, as Geraint Thomas was almost at a standstill. But a race isn't over until it's over, and the 2-time Team Pursuit Olympic champion Geraint Thomas gathered his strength to narrow the gap in the 14-kilometer downhill. Along with his teammate Henao and LOTTO fixol Galopin, Thomas led along the asphalt like a skater. Contador and Porte realized their effort were vain. Team Wellens raised his arm on the Promenade des Anglais. The Belgian, who won last fall the Grand Prix de Montréal, signed on the French Riviera the most beautiful success of his young career. I'm very happy. I was a bit disappointed because I came for the GC. Yesterday wasn't a success, so I wanted to do everything for today, and it worked. I went really early in the attack of Thomas de Ghent. De Ghent rode very hard. Thanks to him, we gained some time, and in the Col d'Ez, I went alone. The others came back, and we worked. At the end, I looked at them, and I beat them at the sprint. New Team Sky leader on the Paris-Nice since Richie Porte left to BMC, Geraint Thomas was up to his rank. On the Promenade des Anglais, the Welshman finished 5 seconds behind Contador and Porte. After a prologue, 7 stages and 1,200 kilometers of race, Thomas defeated Contador for just 4 seconds after he'd done so 3 weeks ago on the Tour of Algarve already.
It's incredible. It's hard to believe, to be honest. Contador, man, he's one of the best stage racers ever. Richie, he won nearly every race he did last year, so to beat those two, and I can't really believe it, to be honest. I obviously came here wanting to try to win and do as best I could, but to actually do it, it's the biggest win for sure of my whole career, and over the moon.
Sergio Henao is the other Sky rider of the top 10. The rest is shared by 8 other teams. This season is full of promises and challenges.